Stanislas Wawrinka, known as Stan to his friends and fans, was born on March 28, 1985, in Lausanne, Switzerland. He grew up in a family that was not particularly involved in sports, but from a young age, Wawrinka showed a natural talent for tennis. He was introduced to the sport at the age of 8 and quickly became enamored with it. His determination and work ethic set him apart. And by his teenage years, he was already showing promise as one of Switzerland's most talented young players. Wawrinka's early years in tennis were shaped by the guidance of his coach, who helped him develop his game. He was initially part of the Swiss national tennis program and began competing in junior events. He quickly rose through the ranks, and by the age of 16, he was already competing at the professional level. Despite early setbacks, including a lack of international recognition, Wawrinka's dedication to his training, combined with his powerful baseline game, kept him moving forward. He was known for his excellent forehand and one-handed backhand, both of which would become signature shots throughout his career. By 2003, Wawrinka had made his debut on the ATP Tour, marking the beginning of what would be a successful, if challenging, professional career. His first breakthrough came in 2004 when he won the French Open junior doubles title. This win, paired with his strong singles performances, convinced Wawrinka that he could compete at the highest levels of professional tennis. Breakthrough and rise to prominence. 2005-2011. Wawrinka's career trajectory began to shift in the mid-2000s. By 2005, he had made significant strides in his singles career and started making waves on the ATP Tour. In 2006, he captured his first ATP title in Croatia at the age of 21, defeating Galo Blanco in the final. This win provided Wawrinka with the confidence to push further into the upper echelons of the sport. Though Wawrinka's early years were marked by consistent performances, it wasn't until 2008 that he really began to show his potential. That year, he reached the final of the Olympic doubles event alongside Roger Federer, one of his country's biggest stars. While they did not secure gold, their performance brought Wawrinka into the global spotlight as a player capable of excelling in high-stakes situations. The year 2008 also saw Wawrinka make significant progress in singles competitions. He reached the fourth round at Wimbledon and the quarterfinals of the US Open, showcasing his potential to compete with the very best in the world. However, it was his performance at the 2009 French Open that marked the beginning of his rise to prominence. After defeating top players such as Andy Roddick and Novak Djokovic, Wawrinka made a remarkable run to the quarterfinals. His potential was undeniable. But he needed time and the right conditions to fully mature into a top-tier player. The 2010 and 2011 seasons proved to be stepping stones for Wawrinka as he continued to build his game. He finished 2011 in the top 10 of the ATP rankings for the first time in his career, a result of his consistency on the court and impressive performances at major tournaments. His steady rise in the rankings was a reflection of his work ethic and unwavering belief in his abilities. Career peak and Grand Slam success, 2012-2016. The peak of Stan Wawrinka's career came in 2014 when he won his first Grand Slam singles title at the Australian Open. The victory came as a surprise to many in the tennis world, as Wawrinka had always been overshadowed by his compatriot, Roger Federer, and the dominant trio of Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, and Federer himself. However, Wawrinka's powerful and unpredictable game proved to be a perfect match for the Australian Open's hard courts. In the final, Wawrinka faced world number 1 Novak Djokovic in what would become one of the defining matches of his career. Despite being the underdog, Wawrinka played with remarkable composure, capitalizing on his aggressive baseline play, powerful serve, and one-handed backhand. His 6-3, 6-2, 3-6, 6-3 victory over Djokovic was a testament to his tenacity and shot-making ability. At 28, Wawrinka proved that it was never too late to achieve greatness in tennis, and his Australian Open triumph was a defining moment in his career. Wawrinka's success in Melbourne was not a one-off, as he continued to improve in the following seasons. In 2015, he repeated his impressive form by winning his second Grand Slam title at the French Open. In the final, he faced the legendary Novak Djokovic once again. This time, Wawrinka delivered another remarkable performance, defeating Djokovic in 4 sets to secure the title. His 4-6, 6-4, 6-3, 6-4 victory marked his second Grand Slam win in just over a year, solidifying his position as one of the best players in the world. 2016 proved to be another successful year for Wawrinka. At the US Open, he won his third Grand Slam singles title, defeating world No. 1 Novak Djokovic in a thrilling 4-set final. His performance in the final was particularly impressive, as he overcame an early deficit to claim the title 6-7-1, 6-4, 7-5, 6-3. This victory made Wawrinka the first man in the Open era to win 3 Grand Slam singles titles after the age of 30, further cementing his place as one of the sport's most consistent and resilient players. Wawrinka's impressive Grand Slam career culminated with 3 major titles, marking him as one of the most successful players of his generation. Known for his one-handed backhand, power-packed baseline game, and mental toughness, Wawrinka had earned a reputation as a formidable opponent on any surface. Injuries and final years, 2017-present. The 2017 season saw Wawrinka continue to perform at a high level, but injuries began to slow his progress. A knee injury forced him to withdraw from several tournaments, and by 2018, he was forced to undergo surgery to address the issue. This marked a turning point in his career, as the physical toll of his intense playing style started to take its toll. Wawrinka took several months off to recover and regain his form. Despite these setbacks, Wawrinka made a remarkable return to the ATP Tour in 2019. Although he was no longer consistently competing for the top titles, he proved that he still had the ability to challenge the game's elite players. His powerful shots, once seen as a defining asset, remained an important part of his game. He reached the 4th round of the US Open in 2019 and displayed flashes of the brilliance that made him a Grand Slam champion. In the years following his injury, Wawrinka's performances have been inconsistent, but he continues to compete with determination and passion. While his ranking has slipped from the top 10, Wawrinka's love for tennis and competitive spirit have remained strong. His success on the court is now measured not by Grand Slam titles, but by his ability to return to the highest levels of competition and consistently challenge some of the sport's best players. As of 2024, Wawrinka continues to play on the ATP Tour, though his career is now marked by a mix of competitive play and strategic planning. His title victories and grand accomplishments remain highlights of his legacy, and he is still remembered as one of the finest Swiss players to ever grace the game. Wawrinka's resilience, power, and persistence, along with his on-court style, continue to inspire players and fans alike. Legacy and impact on tennis. Wawrinka's legacy is defined by his remarkable Grand Slam victories and his ability to rise to the occasion when it mattered most. Known for his powerful one-handed backhand, Wawrinka's playing style is considered by many to be one of the most beautiful in tennis. His achievements on the court, 3 Grand Slam titles, including wins at the Australian Open, French Open, and US Open, position him among the greatest players of his generation. Wawrinka's ability to excel in high-pressure situations, particularly in major finals, has earned him the respect of his peers. His triumphs in Grand Slam tournaments, especially his resilience in defeating some of the best players in history, have cemented his place in tennis history. Beyond his on-court achievements, Wawrinka's journey serves as an inspiring tale of perseverance and determination. From a promising young player to a Grand Slam champion, Wawrinka's story is one of growth, resilience, and the realization of a tennis dream. Whether he's competing for titles or making comebacks from injuries, Wawrinka's passion for tennis remains undiminished. His impact on the sport, particularly in Switzerland, will be felt for years to come.